All right, what's going on, y'all? Troy Rawlings here. Happy September. Do you remember the 21st night of September? 21st or 23rd? I can't remember. Shout out to Earth, Wind, and Fire. What's going on, everybody? Troy Rawlings here. All right, I'm sorry to take so long for part two, but this is part two. So for those of you that just coming upon this or just finding out who Troy Rawlings is, I'm Troy Rawlings. How are you? Sex, love, relationships, and everything in between. My mission in life is to help men and women communicate better in love. So with my little bit of knowledge, and like, who are you? I'm not a therapist yet. I'm not a psychologist yet. I put yet on it because I'm in the process. But I'm not, none of that. But I've been doing a sex, love, and relationship forum comedy show and tour now for 15 years, since about 2004. And the one thing I've found out from Baltimore to Burbank, California, from Baltimore, Maryland to Burbank, California, from New York to Florida, to Tampa, Florida, to Jamaica, and across the country when I've done my show, one thing I found out is that we all have a common vein, and sex, love, and relationships is our common vein. The questions we get are a lot of times the same. So I have some questions left over from a show we did in Fairfax, Virginia, and I don't like doing that. If you come to my show, actually, a couple shows coming up real quick. September 1st, 2019. If you're in Los Angeles, California, we have a show September the 1st at Bricks Event Center in Inglewood. So that's going to be an amazing event. I'll put some information in the link below if you want to make it for that. If you're in Maryland, pre-Thanksgiving weekend, the weekend of November 22nd through November 24th, I'll be in Maryland. I'll just say in the BWI area because it's going to be a weekend event. It was just a Saturday event on November 23rd, if you saw the promotion. And then the folks was like, Troy, let's just make it a weekend. Casino, cigar night, da-da-da-da-da. It's going to be phenomenal. So I'll put that information out today. My girl, Eartha Harris, has done it again. Eartha Harris is, she is amazing. So follow Eartha Harris wherever you find her. And we're going to do it big again. Again. Okay. And this is Eartha's birthday month, September 2019. She'll be celebrating her 60th birthday. And she killing them. Okay. Enough of that. Enough of that prelude to the questions. Fairfax, Virginia, if you were at the show, thank you guys for coming out. And I hope to see you again when I'm come back in the DMV in November for my full event. If you're in a relationship, it's complicated, if you're single, if you're married, I got something for you. I got something for you. Okay, but we're gonna get into these questions. And I'm gonna try to get it done in, last video was what, 30 minutes? A little over 30? 40 maybe? That's why I need like 2 to 3 hours with my audience. So if you're a promoter and a producer and you're bringing me, I'm the Tony Robbins of this thing. You better have some time for me and my audience to get busy. Okay. All right, y'all. Shout out to my man, DLP Consulting, Eddie Arnold. Big shout out to Eddie Arnold of DLP Consulting. Check him out. D as in David, L as in Larry, P as in Paul, consultinggroup.com. Also, Marimor, Marimor, Cavett Kane of Marimor. So we got two amazing business consulting organizations. One, DLP Consulting, is on the West Coast in Los Angeles. Marimor is on the East Coast and Greenbelt, Maryland. So big shout out to them. Okay, let me get into it. Because at the end, all I want you to do is subscribe to Relationship Comedy and share this video. So I don't want a whole bunch of commercials at the end. All right? So get them in at the beginning. All right. Let's get to the questions. Leftover questions. Sex, love. Why does it seem that men's sex drive is stronger than women's? Why can men climax quicker than a woman? Great question. I could take the whole half an hour just explaining that. No. Scientifically, let's just say All right, because women will understand it like this. If you've studied, and you can Google this information, you can literally Google this information. So a lot of questions you guys have, if you have sex, love, and relationship questions, sometimes you don't have to wait for me. Google, Google some questions you have, and read a little bit, get some understanding, have an open mind, and understand what's going on. So, uh, in the embryonic cell stage, um, the as a baby's being formed, the genitalia, which makes it male or female, that usually doesn't come until later in the process of the baby being formed. So the same cells that become the head of the penis, which is also called the glands, are the same cells that make the clitoris. Fast forward to us. I'm not gonna whip anything out. As you can see here, let me get the screen. No. So fast forward. There are about 7,000. 7,000. You got me going into my digest. Hold on. 7,000. Yeah. 7,000 sensory nerve endings in the glands and in the clitoris. The glands forms the head of the penis and the clitoris. So one of the things that happens a lot of times, well, so long story short, ladies, imagine if your clitoris, try to be formal, or your clit for short. Imagine if your clit was on the outside of your vagina. All those nerve endings, all that sensitivity being aroused at any given time. Pants rubbing up against it. You see a guy going by. Imagine if everything that's contained in you was on the outside. So men are sensitive because the touch of the penis head, or touch of his head, is like the touch of your clit. So every touch, and this man came fast. Well, you touched it, it was aroused, it was rubbing up against his pants. If not even saying if you did oral, all these things, and at the same time, you can have premature ejaculation and erectile dysfunction issues, and all these other medical issues and things you have to come out with. But this question is, why does men's sex drive seem stronger than women? But I think, and this is now it's getting to my opinion. So the penis is a larger version of the clit on the outside of your body versus being contained and covered in the inside of a vagina. So the sensitivity is always rolling. So, hey, I got to stop